Hi, James Melendez, James, a wine guy, here to talk about this varietal. This is Petite Sirah. Now, in another video, I reviewed this particular bottling of wine, Lido-based Petite Sirah. I'm really captivated by this varietal, and I'm just totally mesmerized and entranced by what this varietal is and where it comes from and its lineage. So when you think about this wine, it is coming from France, known as Durif. Now, when you think of this wine, its base is in California, about 7,000 acres or about 2,800 hectares. Now, when you think of that, there are other acres, hectares around the world, say in Chile and Israel, Mexico, etc., and you'll find it almost non-existent in France. I believe there are some plantings, but I've not been able to confirm that. Now, I think that's a really fascinating thing because at Petite Sirah Symposium 2012, I attended, and what I was really fascinated with was just listening to the versatility of this wine in terms of its cuisine style, that it can really pair with spicy foods, really nicely beautiful ethnic food. Say Mexican food is one opportunity that I think of pairing well with this wine. And for me, I think it's a really great opportunity because I go to many Mexican restaurants, one of my favorite cuisines, and then it's really hard to find any wine on the wine list. There are a few exceptionally great Mexican restaurants that have a really profound and extensive wine list, but many do not. And I think that, I definitely enjoy a beer, or I enjoy margarita with Mexican food, but sometimes I really want a glass of wine. I want a bottle of wine to enjoy with the food I'm tasting. It's also going to go really well with other ethnic cuisines, say Indian food, Moroccan food, Armenian food, and on and on and on. And I think there's so many ways of bringing this together. It's a higher alcohol wine. It deals with its alcohol well in terms of it not being a hot wine, but it really has some beautiful complexities, and I love the freshness to Petite Sirah. I think it's a defining moment is that it's really beautiful, dark, berried notes. You're getting notes of herbaceous quality, some chocolate notes, but what I get above all that is the freshness to it. If it's really well crafted and it's a really nice bottle of wine that has survived its journey, I think that's the really outstanding characteristic. Just smelling this wine is just absolute gorgeous, fresh quality to this wine. And I think that that's an opportunity to think about this wine in terms of pairing well with other foods. You can enjoy it by itself. And so for me, enjoying the Petite Sirah Symposium from the organization called P.S. I Love You, I think it's a really great thing. So really small plantings, and the majority of it is here in the U.S., so about 7,000 acres or about 2,800 hectares. I cannot confirm the total hectares or acres around the planet. Just that data point does not exist. It's just not easy to find, or at least easy to assemble up-to-date information. But and when you think of California too, this is really, it's one of those lead partnerships that can really contain a small partnership of Zinfandel and vice versa. A Zinfandel can often contain Petite Sirah. They play really well together, though at different points of creation in terms of where they're coming from. Croatia, the birthplace of Zinfandel, and France being the birthplace of Petite Sirah. But I think these two come together in a way that, while they're different parts of Europe they're coming from, they just really have found a great home in California. And I think it's just really something you're going to see much more of now. Say 15, 16, 17 years ago, you would have found about 14,000 acres of this in the United States alone. It's declined a bit. But the uptake is that I think there's going to be many more acres, hectares planted in the future, simply because I believe that this wine is going to be finding a place on the table for, say, more ethnic foods or spicy foods, or just that variation of somebody wanting something different for their Sunday evening dinner or Friday evening dinner, whatever it might be. So for more wine reviews, please go to jamesthewineguy.com. Please subscribe to my videos on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Vimeo, Google+, Pinterest. Salud.